Hello.
Hello, sir.
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Let's get it.
Hello to you and to our listeners. How's it going?
It's doing pretty good.
I hope you guys are doing great. Y'all go ahead and grab yourself something to eat, a little snacky snack, a little drinky drink. Go ahead and kick back for the next 90 minutes and just hang out with ya boys. Let's go. Hell yeah. My name is Heston.
And I'm Dame.
And we are definitely not experts.
At all.
About anything.
Bruh.
Do you hear me? Not a goddamn thing. Let's go ahead and get that clank.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it.
It's always good to see you, bro. It's always good to be with the listeners.
Absolutely.
We're happy that you have allowed us to grace your ears with our wonderful voices. And eventually our not so beautiful faces.
Oh man, y'all wait till y'all see that.
It's gonna be rough.
Again, thank y'all for all the love. Make sure y'all subscribe, especially on our YouTube. Okay, everything else is kind of popping off pretty hard.
Yes,
our listens are extremely high for very low.
Yes, we crossed 1,100 this week, which is awesome.
We still appreciate the ones of y'all who do listen, but continue to push us out. Tell people to check us out, and thank you.
Please and thank you. But yeah, please subscribe to the YouTube. Like that's going to be we're on all the streaming platforms obviously, but our YouTube is going to be having some extra content on there that you won't be able to get just through the podcast. So if you're at all interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to check it out. As we start rolling more stuff out, y'all will obviously be made aware of it. But please check us out. We're trying to get to our first 100 subscribers on YouTube. That would be super cool. So, we'd love nothing more than for y'all to be a part of that as well.
That'd be legit.
Hell yeah. All right, well, let's just jump in.
Let's get it.
Yeah, we got just a little touch of NBA news this week that I wanted to talk with you about just because you are the NBA guy.
Yeah.
The first piece of news here is that Mike D'Antoni and somebody else, I didn't even see I didn't pay attention to the other guy. He signed with them too, but Mike D'Antoni was the big name.
Amari Stoudemire's pretty big.
Well, Stoudemire, no, but another guy. So Stoudemire signed last week, and then D'Antoni, and then another dude also signed with the Nets this week under Steve Nash.
Kind of almost sounds like Kyrie was right, huh? Nobody's a coach, right? Anybody can coach any day, right?
That might really be the case.
Kind of almost how it's looking, man. Now that all these pieces.
How do you feel about that?
Shouldn't be that way.
You don't like it?
Too much dysfunction at some point in time.
It could
be. It's tough. I mean, it can be done.
Do you think with Kyrie and KD it could create conflict? I mean, those are the two guys you got to be worried about, right?
So, I think people are hilariously funny by saying Kyrie and KD look so comfortable with one another when they're both the most ficklest type of.
They're very
I don't know, bro.
I think polarizing is almost a word.
I have to see them play together on a team together.
I agree.
For a full year.
It's either gonna pop off or it's gonna be a disaster.
Hate each other, bro, and then somebody's gonna leave.
Well, okay, so if they start talking shit, right, throwing shade in interviews and stuff, who do you think does it first?
Kyrie.
Same. I think Kyrie would be the aggressor. I think KD's always kind of kept it to himself until after the season, and then he'll say some shit. But
I feel like Kyrie will say something how he doesn't mean it, because Kyrie's kind of taken out of context like me in certain ways.
Is he?
Kind of. Some of the stuff he does is off the wall and a little weird, but a lot of stuff that he gets judged for saying he's weird and stuff, he's really not.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's kind of what the media does, right? Is they take everything out of context.
But I do feel like Kyrie would probably say something, in a different light, and KD would be like, bro, you got me bent, bro. I got rings. And then, dude, you got rings with I beat him. So you just as garbage as he is.
Do you think that, if a conflict were to arise, they'd be able to handle it?
That's where it gets tough. I mean,
who do you think's the leader of the team? It's got to be KD, right?
It has to be. Nah.
I think KD would be stoic, he kind of minds his own business.
I'm gonna have to say it has to be Kyrie
because he's vocal
and he's been there already.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's been there, but he's barely played though. What the fuck does that mean? But I guess you still have a relationship with the guys.
Yeah, he was there before, So
and D'Antoni, he was a part of the Suns team that Steve Nash played for, so that's where that connection comes from.
I feel like their team's gonna be weird because KD and Kyrie, neither one of them want to lead; they just want to hoop. But somebody has to lead.
DeAndre Jordan could.
That'd be a little weird.
He could though.
I guess he could become that, but
if Kyrie and KD don't want to, and they're I feel like they would respect DeAndre Jordan. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Dang.
I don't.
Well,
I feel like
so do you think a coach needs to step up?
It's gonna have to be probably D'Antoni, I guess, at this point, if I have to pick, because Nash is still gonna get looked at bro, Shut up, bro. You're a player just like us. Like D'Antoni's gonna probably have to be the guy, but we all know D'Antoni's not that great of a leader. All D'Antoni says is like, bro, we're gonna score. We don't care about defense. Nobody just will be able to outscore us. He can now apply that with KD and Kyrie. That's a little scary.
Yeah, and with him being, I actually think that's a really good mentality to have as an assistant head coach, though, because that's like the only thing you need to focus on. You know what I mean? And then like with Nash as like the head coach, like he can make decisions over Antony, like depending on the situation.
They're going to be a nice little team to watch for sure.
It's going to be extremely intriguing. Yeah. And dude, the season's coming up.
It is.
It's November, bro.
I don't think they're going to do it next month. I think they're going to push it back to January.
I doubt it.
So this is going to be the issue with that.
They got to finish before the Olympics. I feel like that's like a hard cap.
If they don't push it back, you just had these guys who played in a season where it should have been their summer. Then they just finished, and you're telling them to come back and miss Christmas as well and New Year's without their family during Corona when you just pretty much pulled them from their family during the crisis.
Well, they would normally be playing during that time anyways, so what's different?
Is it because
you're saying they lost their summer is what you're saying.
Because the bubble. But
they already had a lot of time off like from COVID.
I can tell you this right now, bro.
The players would not be COVID.
There would be a lot of players who would not be there until like January.
They would just opt out.
Right.
Holy shit.
But I can tell you right now, LeBron is not going to go back in December, bro. He's going to chill. He wants to chill with his family, dog. He has like a young daughter as well. We
talked about them allowing the family to come with them in the bubble this time around, like to help with that.
Bro, that's a whole different type of Christmas experience.
That's true.
So like, I can tell you right now, there'll be so many guys that would like not go. They're better off.
They're like, I'm good. I'm already a millionaire.
They said they were going to put it in January anyway. Then they were like, no, we're going to make it in December.
I didn't really think about that. Like, it kind of sucks for the Lakers because, like, they don't even really get to enjoy, like, winning the ship. They just go straight into the next season. Like, that kind of sucks.
You know?
Because, like, with football, like, you win, you get, like, 6 months, you know what I mean, to, like, just enjoy it. And even NBA, like, I mean, you get some time off, between
But even
seasons.
then, like, the longer-lasting teams is who it sucks for. Like, the Denvers and the Lakers and the Miamis, like, that lasted all the way to the end and stayed there longer than anyone. Like, they're just not getting back to their family.
And that's the worst case scenario, right? Because they didn't even get a ship. Like, they didn't win it, and they, like, missed time.
They can't do it in December, bro, because then if you're going to do it in December...
Well, what's the difference? Oh, so you're just saying, like, for the holidays specifically is what's important.
You have to let these holidays be had.
So what about, like, January 2nd? Or, like,
January, let's go. Okay. New Year's, you get New Year's Eve.
Right.
We're starting after that, though. Like, we got to go.
Do you think there's a chance that they could start New Year's Eve? That would be fucking sick, bro, if they had like a double header or something on New Year's Eve.
It would be, but at the same time, the only thing that sucks about that is that wouldn't work. Because when it comes to that, these players have to leave and go to the bubble and do all this. So that means all the holidays that are happening, they're going to be training. They won't be having them.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
I forgot about
this won't happen literally until, like, I'm going to say...
Shouldn't they, like, already be training at this point, though? Like, they already don't have time.
But, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I look at it in the perspective of being one of the teams that stayed there the longest. I'd be like, bro... You're telling me I can't even have turkey with my family?
It's true, dude. I'm so hyped.
Saw them yesterday. Like, I can't have turkey tomorrow with them. Like, I have to go back right now. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
I bet the beginning of the season's gonna be real sloppy.
I feel like if they wait long enough, I think middle of January is okay.
They'll just have to play less games.
Right. And they already want to do 72. I feel like
they can't do 72 if they wait till mid-January.
It depends on when they're talking about ending.
Well, like I said, I think the Olympics is a hard cap. I don't think they go past the Olympics. I really don't. I don't think they do.
I don't know. They have some decisions to make, though.
Without a doubt. I'm curious to see when we're going to get an official announcement because, like, that's already coming up. There's been speculation and, like, rumors and, like, you know, stuff's come out. But, like, the NBA hasn't come out and said, like, this is what's happening. You know what I mean?
I thought the amount of games was really high.
72? Like 72 yeah, I think still. So too.
That's a little high, like a little bit.
It's got to be closer to like 60, I think.
I would say like 65, 66, something like that. Over 70,
and
like
even then,
high.
Guys are probably still going to sit out.
That's what I'm saying. Like 70 is extremely high. I'm like, what you do to eliminate all this talk and all these players load managing and all that, just cut the games. Just do
Well, I've been saying this for a long time now. I think that they should do this COVID or no COVID. Like, you should just do less games so that no one ever sits out. And then, like, your stars play every week. Like, What's the point of having 82 games if your guys aren't playing all the games?
Sit out like 30.
It's fucking stupid. Like,
makes no sense.
Right.
And the only player that really does
if you go down
Kawhi,
to like 50, 52 games or so, and then guys are still sitting out, like that's some bullshit. Like, there's no way.
Kawhi's literally the only one that does it, and Paul George did it when he went, but like everybody else balls out. Kawhi's like getting that advantage of doing that. I'm like, bro, like it's almost like you load manage so much. When you go out and drop 30, you should drop 30 because you're so fresh.
Yeah.
Your body's not worn or anything. Like you should be a beast every time you play. Like,
I feel that.
But yeah, the Nets are gonna look a little nutty with Nash and
D'Antoni and Stoudemire.
I still got to see KD.
I think we all do.
Kobe
I think
came
that's
back
like
from it, wasn't that great.
The biggest question.
Right. Rudy Gay did it. Kobe couldn't. Those are my two people that I've really watched come back from Achilles and give an all to go.
Yeah.
Rudy succeeded. Kobe did not.
They're different players, though. Like, their play styles are different, and I think that's why.
Right. But
Kobe's like a real big, like, cut and, like, movement kind of guy. Rudy Gay, not so much.
That's why people are saying KD's going to come back and be fine.
That's what I think, because KD doesn't do a lot on the court.
He just catches and shoots it.
Yep.
He doesn't really...
Nope.
He cuts here and there, but I mean...
He doesn't even play that much defense.
Right. He did before he got hurt. I'm pretty sure that's going to be limited now. Like,
probably.
He's not going to be able to do that no more.
We'll see.
But...
you never know, man. Like, some people also just heal better than others, too. Like, he could just have, like, a really, like, well-healed Achilles, you know, and, like, be fine. How long has it been now? Like, a year and a half?
Yeah, because he got the COVID stuff with it.
It's been a long time.
Yep. He got like an extended because this COVID bubble stuff.
So in
happened.
A way, like he should be fresh as fuck coming back too, which is a little spooky for the Nets.
Right on point. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they were even saying that like both KD and Kyrie like could have played. Like they were saying they both could have. Like if they had to, like they could have made it work. Right. Is what they were saying.
Right.
So for me, like that's a little exciting. Like if they were already in a place where like if they had to play, they could play. Then like this next season, like they should be locked and loaded, ready to go.
Exactly. Like they should mop the East. Giannis, Miami, all of them should get mopped by the Nets. None of them matter anymore. I'm being completely honest.
I think Miami might be one of the
Toronto, but not even
and then like maybe the Celtics,
right?
And then even then,
bro, like
I don't know.
That's tough, bro.
Raptors won't beat them.
Right, like
76ers are fucking garbage
in the process still.
Yep.
So. Bruh, yeah. If KD come back, like
if he comes back,
it's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's a wrap for the East.
I agree. We do have a new rumor that came out in regards to the trade deadline for the NBA, which is cool because it surrounds the San Antonio Spurs,
but
which
it's
is
not
my
cool
team.
Because it's a retarded trade.
I know you don't like it at all, and I'll even say this: it seems a little far fetched, but it has gained some traction. Like it has gotten some attention. The trade would be for McGee, Green, and Kuzma, all to the San Antonio Spurs for LaMarcus Aldridge.
No.
And I don't think LA is worth that much.
No, especially not off of shoulder surgery. We haven't even seen him play after that.
I don't think LA is worth much at all, if I'm being honest. But I think the rest of the league respects him a little bit more than I do. I don't know.
I think LA is going to play as good as he can in the Spurs system, bro. If he goes anywhere else, he is not going to be the same kind of player.
What makes you say that?
Because
he played well in Portland.
Everybody
before
has
he went to the Spurs.
a role and a style of play.
Sure.
To me, he either should have stayed in Portland, but he didn't. The Spurs is like his best go-to because LaMarcus still goes ham, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I just don't think that. I don't think that's a healthy move for the Lakers to get.
Do you think them getting rid of McGee, Green, and Kuzma has anything to do with cap space? I mean, you said they have like a fuckload of cap space now, right?
They're going to because also everybody was signed to a 1 year. So either some people are coming back or some people are leaving.
So Kuzma has been rumored to be traded for like a couple of years now. Like, what's up with that?
I just
like they always say he's going to be traded.
I don't think Kuzma is going anywhere. Like
no, why do you think that's always a speculation though? Like, does he just not play well for the Lakers?
It's just he doesn't play well to the media.
Kind of like a KD situation,
right? Like to the Lakers, Kuzma, he's still all right to me. He had some nice games in the playoffs. Yeah,
he looked like he played okay.
They weren't all great.
No,
but
he's not getting paid a fuckload of money either, though. So
he played good defense, bro. Like he had a positive
defense, right?
Right, dude. He had a positive impact on the floor when he was there. So to me, they could use him as a trade asset, but if nobody gets traded and everybody else does, I think Kuzma's the one to stay. Like Rondo will leave, Danny will be gone. Like, McGee.
Well, I mean, a reunion with Danny Green to the Spurs does kind of make sense just because he's been here before. But I don't think he's very good. I mean, his defense is great. Like, he's got good D, but like his 3-ball is like it's suffered significantly.
If I send you that, I'd rather take DeJounte Murray.
Of course,
you could keep LA.
Yeah,
I'll give you that for DeJounte.
All 3 of those guys. I feel like that's still a lot.
I would say both.
I feel like it's a better trade.
I would say both. Both of those actually like together. DeJounte and
LA.
LA.
Well, now that feels a little feels a little lopsided though. Like that feels like a Lakers win.
How?
DeJounte and LA?
Right.
That's a duo.
LA's what? But LA is about to come and back up Anthony Davis.
Right.
He's not right. And DeJounte's gonna come and back up LeBron.
Dude, that sounds nuts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, but that would be a trade worth. That's what I'm saying. If I was a Laker, that's what I'd want to see.
Sure.
But I'm not gonna just give that up right there.
Okay.
That's tough. That would be. No, I don't like that.
I don't think it happens. That trade sounds retarded
right.
to me.
I mean, but there are rumors everywhere, right?
Right. Well, but like I said, this rumor particularly gained some traction. I think the Spurs will do something this offseason. There's been a lot of attention around the Spurs.
There's no telling, though.
Huh?
It's no telling.
It's really weird just because, like, the next season is so close to starting, too. Like,
well, there are reports that we know DeMar he says he doesn't want to play here. He doesn't like it.
I think DeMar is one of our greatest trade assets right now because he already said he doesn't want to be there. So, like, why not just get rid of him and get a piece back?
I mean, he's still worth something right now. You better do it right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his value is only going to drop from here, I think. I think he's worth the most right now.
He's decent value.
And I don't even like him on our team, to be honest. Like, I don't think DeMar is that good with the Spurs. I think he could pop off somewhere else, but, like, I just don't think he fits in the Spurs system.
Well, bro, he has carried, though.
He carries because, like, he always has the ball. That's what the problem is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't, I don't know. Like, just from what I've seen, it seems like he tries to, like, be in charge and then, like, honestly, if we were to get rid of DeMar and let LA lead the team and dish and just get rebounds and stuff, I think that would be better. Like, let LA dish to, like, Derek White, like, Lonnie Walker, Bryn Forbes, DeJounte Murray. Like, let LA be the leader. And then, like, just let all these small guys on the outside just get to work. You know what I mean?
Right. Man.
I definitely know more about basketball when I'm watching it. That's for sure. But that's kind of what I've pulled together just from what I have seen.
Right. That's tough.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's go into the fighting world a little bit here. We do have a couple of things that have come up. You want to talk about that big knockout that happened a couple of days ago?
Yes. So, Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis had a huge. I mean, I guess it wasn't really a huge fight.
It seemed like a huge. It was all over social media.
This is the thing,
it blew the fuck up.
This is the thing, right? Leo Santa Cruz is a really good boxer.
Okay.
Gervonta Davis is like sick too, though. So like it was really like a fight. Like both fighters are really good.
Like a big headliner.
But you could tell like Gervonta at some point in time was gonna like slide him.
You think so?
Right. So the other dude
he looked like he was in control.
He had a very good fight with him, but Gervonta was eating, like he was taking the punches because he knew like the guy couldn't hurt him.
Sure.
So then eventually he ducked one, uppercut, neck gone.
Oh, dude, like he went stiff.
Right.
He was.
Bro,
well, no, he was
like knocked out.
He went limp.
Folded
he went limp actually
for about 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, you said he was down for a long time.
Gone, bro. Devastating knockout, but huge win for Gervonta Davis, and a lot of people like hate on him, but he is really good. So. We'll see if he
was
fights.
this a title fight?
Yeah, and we're gonna see. So we have like a Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, like Lomachenko.
We gotta watch some boxing together, bro.
Dog, we do. Teofimo Lopez. These guys we talking about.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis.
Well, we used to back when we worked together. We would watch the boxing stuff together, and we'd be like super into it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, since we're in super deep in the boxing world, Deonte Wilder has finally came out.
Right, so yeah, that was going to be the next thing we were going to talk about. Yeah, so tell us about the Deonte Wilder Tyson Fury conspiracy.
So he came out and said like,
who came out?
Deonte Wilder.
Okay.
So the way that the allegations are going, it's like on a level of manipulation to the glove,
to Tyson Fury's glove
from Rice.
Okay.
Which resulted in what could be considered like manslaughter or attempted murder type of
like
charges.
What?
Because like
what they do to the gloves,
like if he hit like manipulated or had something in it, like on the knuckle area or like.
Well, I know there was one time like a boxer had like a pin in his glove or something, or that might have been UFC. I can't remember. to where like if they punched you, like it would cut you or some shit.
Right,
you know
like
what I mean?
that boxers do that in boxing, and you can't do that.
Well, obviously,
But,
don't they check the gloves before they enter
so
the ring?
that's the thing. So Deonte Wilder came out and said these things, and that would mean that so many people checked the gloves and let it go. Like they would have either had to been in on it or like
some
like
crazy's going
on,
and then like
the
they got like equipment people,
the trainers,
right?
Like
his whole
all
team
that would have had to have okayed them. So like it's tough. But
here's the thing too, though. I don't think Deontay Wilder would come out and say some shit like that, like.
Bro,
if it wasn't true.
And he waited, bro. He didn't say anything.
He could have said something right away if he really wanted to. Like disputed the fight, like made a big deal about it.
Let me just tell y'all what's really going on. This is what it is. Since y'all really want to know. Boom. And I was like, what? And now, right, Fury is like, bro, I can dominate him like anytime I fight him. Like it don't matter. And now he doesn't want to do the third fight. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, yeah, the third fight was already like locked in, right?
Right. Fury don't want to do it. And people are like, Deontay Wilder's just scared. I was like, how? Like, Fury doesn't want to do it. And so what may happen is if it's in Wilder's favor, like this was happening, like, because they have to investigate it now.
Of course. Do you think they could dispute the title?
Yeah, the title will be disputed because Fury will be banned for life.
Whoa.
And then, like, I don't know if they would just give it to Wilder at that point. They'd probably throw it up and say somebody fight Wilder for it.
Yeah, they'd probably make it, like, open for contention.
Anthony Joshua and Wilder or
right, yeah,
something
so
like that.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think that's what they would do. I think they'd make the title vacant, but then they'd give Wilder the first crack at it. Like, Wilder versus somebody.
Whoever.
Yeah, I think that's how it would go. Bro. Which I think is fair.
I mean, it would be a crazy twist.
Dude, that fight would be nuts, bro.
It would be a crazy twist only because Fury, to me...
Question, like, would that... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're
good. Would that also remove Fury's one loss? Because he was undefeated until that loss, right? I'm sorry. I'm talking Wilder. My bad, Wilder.
Oh, Wilder, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, because he lost to Fury the first time, too, right?
No, they drawed.
Oh, that's right. They drawed, yeah. So then, like, his one loss would go away, too, right? So then you'd go back to being undefeated.
I mean, nah. It's boxing.
They would leave that
I think it would stay there. I don't know.
It'd be a no contest,
like
right?
A special rule, but they'd make it like a one no contest or something.
Yeah. Well, because that's what they do in the UFC. Like, if something like that happens, they just make it a no contest instead of like a win or a loss. It's kind of like it don't count. It's like that was a win technically, but right.
Not really.
But it's a no contest.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh.
So yeah, and so what I was saying, right? I was like, so Fury, like now that everybody knows you cheating, fight him a third time. Now you said you can dominate him, so come out and just fight him for real.
Man the fuck up.
Right. And I'm
so here's the thing too, right? Like he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to fight Wilder again, right?
No.
Is he like retiring, or does he just not want to fight Wilder?
Nah, he's been trying to call out other fighters.
See what I'm saying? Right. So like that sounds like some bogusness. That's sus,
bro.
That's a little sus. That's super sus, actually.
And so all of Tyson Fury's career, because people back this guy, he's cheated against like every big fighter he's fought.
Really?
Going back to Klitschko, bro.
I didn't realize he had a history of cheating.
Yes, bro.
That's not good.
Yes, bro.
What the fuck?
He's had glove gate problems before in other fights against other people.
Yikes.
He's tested positive
for PEDs
going into a fight, bro. Like probably one of his biggest fights ever. Like, but they put it on the hush hush. Let him still fight. Then after he won, the results came out, but he won already. Like, he's been known for cheating, bro. And I'm like, bro,
why would you even let somebody keep fighting like that?
I don't know.
If they have a history of cheating.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, y'all really just let him continuously cheat?
Well, the problem with that is like I feel like it diminishes like the world of boxing, like the credibility.
Exactly.
Boxing,
that's why people are like, you have to ban him. You have to make an example out of him so it does not kill the integrity of our sport.
Right.
Like,
I think so.
Because this is ridiculous.
Because the moment that the integrity of the sport is lost, like no one fucking cares anymore.
Cares
like
anymore,
okay, like oh cool, so like we have this big fight, but like who's gonna cheat?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like who fucking cares?
Exactly. Yeah. They were saying like Deonte Wilder had medical examinations done after the fight, and it was like I don't know, like
they were showing consistencies with like being hit with like a
blunt
glove.
Force kind of stuff, like not just the and it like bro, and so we don't know nothing, but I know Deonte's sitting over there on a bunch of stuff right now, man, and it's about to be crazy. We're gonna find. I don't know when we're gonna find out, but.
I guess we'll keep an eye on it, right?
I'm definitely.
That that sounds awesome. I'd love to hear an update on that for sure.
Yeah.
What about? Did you see that? So like, I don't know who made this announcement. I don't even know if it's like official or not, but it was posted to social media. They said that Kabib is now officially the pound for pound greatest fighter in UFC history. He just passed John Jones, like, for the best pound-for-pound fighter.
Right. You know why, though, right?
No, so elaborate that for me, because I don't really understand.
I think that happened because he retired.
So you think, like, now that he's done, like...
They're, like, it's a whole totality now. His career was raw. He smashed everybody. Sure. If he's not going to come back, he was fire.
I can't believe I missed that fight, dude. I don't know about you. I guess, oh, shit, I should put that on my shit list. But, I mean, it was also kind of my fault. I didn't realize that, the UFC events, they usually start at, like, 6 p.m., like, early prelims, and then the main events are at, like, 11. And this was the weekend that I went to the Packers game. So I was like, oh, bet, like, you know, we'll get into Houston around, like, 3 or 4, and then, like, we can go get something to eat real quick, and then, like, we can start the fight. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, like, we could just pick up some food, go back to the hotel, watch the fights. It'll be sick. And then we can go from a UFC event the night before into a Packers game the next day. Dude, I was so hyped, bro. Right. And then, like, when we got to the hotel, somebody made a post on social, and they were like, dude, Kabib is insane. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then, like, apparently, like, the Kabib fight had just ended. And come to my knowledge, that I wasn't aware of before, because Kabib is popular overseas, they started the early prelims at 10 a.m.,
right,
so that the main event would take place around like 10 p.m. like in Europe.
Right.
And I didn't fucking know that.
Crazy.
Which fucking sucks, because I could have at least watched it on my phone or something, you know what I mean? So that like I could at least like watch it while I was in the car or some shit. But dude, I was so mad. I was like, I cannot fucking... And then he retired.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I missed everything. Like, that sucks. Yeah. Oh, man, I was so disappointed. So... That sucked. Like,
so I think he gets that for now, but I'll say this. If John Jones comes back and smashes...
Do you think it's an if or do you think it's a win? He's probably going to come back, right?
I'm going to say win.
Okay.
But, like...
I think so, too.
When he comes back, if he's beating up, like, whoever fights him or, like, Adesanya, like, if he's just coming back, whoever fights him and he just keeps destroying him, he's going to put himself right back
What's John Jones' record now?
In the top. That's a good question.
Because he's also undefeated, right? He just has, like, one no contest?
We're about to find out. Because that's a really freaking...
And that no contest was also, like, bullshit, too. Because, like... I remember they said... Joe Rogan's talked about it, like, a bunch of times.
26, 1 loss, no contest.
Okay, the 1 loss was bullshit. Because I think it was, like, a disqualification that was, like, bogus. That sucks.
But, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Khabib's got a better record, for what it's worth.
Right. Right, he at least has to get that same amount since he does have that 1 loss. He's still a 1 loss, so he'd have to at least get to 32.
29-0. I'm a little disappointed. It's 29-0. I really wish Khabib would have gone for like one more fight to get that real nice 30-0.
Right, and
you know what I mean? Yeah, that would have been real nice. But I mean, I respect it, man. Like, nothing wrong with going out on top, right? I feel like that's the way to do it.
Probably the best way to go.
Like Peyton Manning. Win another Super Bowl and then just piece the fuck out.
Right. But Peyton Manning knew at that point in time, like, that was it. Like,
oh, yeah. Like, well, we all knew that was it.
He's like, just give me a line and, like, a receiver or two and a nice little running back, and we're going to go. And
it's
they
like,
went.
Forget about it.
And their defense was disgusting. So, yeah, over with.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, let's go into our the NFL talk. We do have a Monday Night Football game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. So we will go. I will say this. For our Week 8 picks, I'm currently 7-6. Dame is 8-5. So you are 1 ahead of me right now.
Let's go.
With the last pick remaining being the Monday night game. Before all this goes in, you're currently ahead of me by 2 games overall.
Right.
So things are, you're ahead. You know, you're beating me. Only a couple games, though.
Let's
only
go.
A couple games, though.
That's all that matters, though, in this type
it's true, though. A couple of games is like a big
clutch.
deal right now. Yeah. I think we'll do this. We'll do this, and then we'll do, like, playoffs, too. And then, like, we'll see, like, how many playoff games we get right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
But I got to sit on the playoffs. So, yeah, that'll be sick.
Yeah. Okay, so tonight's game, it's actually already started, but, like, the first quarter, like, just started. So, no big deal. I think we're both going to pick the Bucs, right? Like,
I don't think.
It's, like, not even close.
I mean, right.
Okay. Right. All right, well, then you're going to be ahead of me by an additional game then, regardless, because I'll pick the Bucs as well.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. I will say the Bucs are up 3-0 right now. New York Giants just got the ball. There's like 8 minutes left in the first quarter. So we'll peep that. We'll see what happens. Did you see? Okay, so I did bring this up to you before, but I do want to talk about it because you didn't know the context, and I wanted to kind of discuss it on the show as well. Javon Wims, wide receiver for the Bears, came over and just like smacked the living shit out of this cornerback for the Saints.
Dog, yes.
Dude, it looked so comical because like the play was over, like super over. And then he just came over and he tapped him. And then, like, when he turned around, he just, like, slapped the shit out of him. And then his head, like, turned, and he looked at him again, like, what the fuck was that? And then he's
like, oh, well, let me show you.
Hit him again. Right. And it just turned into, like, this big thing. So, at first, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what happened? But this is what I found out. I found out that cornerback, he pulled that dude's mouthpiece out of his mouth, and he spit on him. Like, before he, like, started beating the shit out of him.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, that cornerback, he pulled the guy's mouthpiece out, and he spit on him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he...
So then that dude went over, and he was like, fuck you.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, like after I heard that, I was like, oh, bet, dude, fuck that guy.
I think anybody would do that, kind of.
Dude, I think spitting on somebody is, like, the most disrespectful thing you can do to someone. Like...
Yeah, that's true.
There's not a single thing that you can say to me that'll piss me off as much as you spitting on me.
But that action, though... Bro, like, that first one was a haymaker. And then he's like, oh, you thought I was playing? Like, nah, another one then. Like, bro.
Yeah, that shit was nuts.
That was crazy.
It was crazy. I wish I could have seen it live. I wish I had seen it. Like, I would have been like, what is happening?
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. George Kittle and Jimmy Garoppolo both got hurt again last week in the fourth quarter, and they're saying they're both going to be out for the rest of the year. So, and the 49ers are like 4-4 right now. So I think it's safe to say that their season's probably over.
Right.
Let me check it real quick. They're like in third place in their division right now. Let's see.
Trevor.
Oh God, they're in last place in their division already before losing the best tight end in football and their quarterback.
Tank for Trevor.
Seattle, Arizona, and the LA Rams are all ahead of them right now. And to be honest, like those are some good teams. So like I don't even if they were healthy, like being 4-4 is still like a tough hole to be in already. Yeah. So we'll see. But I think they're dead. They're probably dead. Jets are still completely defeated, 0-8. And shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers getting a huge win this week, coming out of a 10-point deficit against the Ravens and getting that dub to remain undefeated. They're 7-0 now, bro. Hey man, I give you props every week about this. You were like so much higher on Pittsburgh than I was.
I told you, bro.
Before the season started.
Because of Ben, bro.
Yeah, respect. You're absolutely right.
I said,
Ben
bro,
is like, he's earned my fucking respect this season. That's for sure.
I said Ben's gonna come back and
he's easily gonna get comeback player of the year. That's gonna be unquestioned,
bro,
like easy.
I think,
but each one he gets, it's a little more like okay, maybe a little bit MVP talk.
I think he has to be in the top 3 MVP candidates right now.
Maybe.
I think
he's starting to get there.
Russell and Ben should be there, and Aaron is like a close third. Then I'd maybe
we lost to the Vikings.
But still, I mean, the outside of those 3 guys, I can't feel like I don't know who else in the NFL is really.
It doesn't feel like anyone else is like
balling on that level like that.
It doesn't
like
feel
those
like
3.
it.
Like that's it.
Not really.
Right.
Not
and
really.
I'm like, bro, yeah. So, yeah, I called it though. I'm glad I saw it. I was like, bro, Ben's always been nasty. Always.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Cam Newton got benched this week.
He said he's been playing trash, so
he has not been playing well.
He understands.
So I want to talk about the New England Patriots for a little bit because, like, I think the situation they're in right now is very interesting, but I also think there's some things to consider that people are not thinking about. So they're like 2-5 right now in the lower end of the NFL. And there's been a little bit of whispers that, like, they might be tanking. And I talked about this, like, weeks ago, about the Patriots potentially tanking for Trevor.
Bro, I remember that was one of your questions when we first...
Yep.
Dog, yes.
Right.
We said New England would be perfect because Brady's about to retire.
New England, after this season, like New England has a fuckload of contracts falling off. Dude, next season, New England has the most cap space out of any team. So you had a bunch of players opt out this season, right?
And give him his team.
Right. You tank for Trevor, who's going to be like a generational talent at quarterback with the best head coach in history.
That's smart.
And you have the most money in the NFL. Dude, the moment that Trevor gets there, everyone's going to want to go play with him. Like, you got Belichick and you got Trevor? Come on now.
Like, honestly, if
and here's the thing, too, dude. Like, in New England, they're crazy like this, bro.
Yes, bro.
They don't even have to get the first overall pick. They could trade up.
Bro.
Belichick would do it.
Oh, my goodness.
They would. They're 2-5. Like that's like they're in it right now.
That'd be insane. That's
something to really think about. And they're doing really bad. So like we talked about like Belichick and Brady, right? Like a long time ago, like how we felt that their respective successes would be, Brady to Bucks and Belichick with Cam, right? And we thought about, like, whose legacy would hurt more, like, if one did better than the other, yada, yada, yada. One thing I think a lot of people forget is that the Patriots were trash last year with Tom Brady because they had no fucking receivers.
Exactly.
And they had a bad offensive line. They had hurt running backs and no receivers. So, like, I think it's very strange that, like, a lot of people are trying to act like the Patriots were expected to be good this season.
Good because they got Cam.
I don't... Like, here's the thing, right? Cam Newton, like, he's younger. He has a different skill set. So, like, there is something to be, like, desired there. But Tom Brady was in that system for, like, 20 years. You know what I mean? So, like, even if you're older and a little slower, like, dude, you know that system, bro.
Right.
Like, Cam, like, has to learn an entire new system on a short off season because of COVID. Like, even though he physically looks like he's doing a little bit better, like, what could we have expected? You know what I mean?
Right.
And they paid him the veterans minimum, so like they're not paying anything for him either. And he's on like a 1-year contract, so they could just dump him next season anyways.
Right.
So like, I think it's weird. Like a lot of people are talking shit about Bill Belichick, saying that like Tom Brady was the system. Like Bill Belichick doesn't have a system. Tom Brady is a system. I don't particularly think that's true. I think Tom Brady's doing well because he has literally the best receiving core in the NFL. Like, bar none. I don't think anyone can question that. And they just added Antonio Brown. Like, come on now.
Right.
Antonio Brown's living with Tom Brady in Tampa. Like, come on now.
That's dumb.
Yeah, so I think everyone should pump the brakes a little bit on Bill Belichick. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like the Patriots. But, like, a lot of people are being very... They're not looking at the whole story here. Like, the Patriots sucked last year. And they weren't... I mean, they were okay the year before that. But, like... Last year, they were not good, even with Tom Brady. That's why Tom Brady left. Tom Brady left because they wouldn't get him pieces.
Right.
So, like, I think Bill Belichick is just as good as he was. And Bill Belichick actually came out with a statement, and they're asking about, like, why they're losing. And he's like, we sold out. He said, we went all the way in. We won 3 Super Bowls. We played in a 4th and then went to an AFC championship game. Now we don't have any more money. He said all of our cap space is gone. We can't afford anybody. So we're losing now. And he said, I'm not making excuses. Those are just facts.
I mean, that's true, though.
And it is true. I mean, think about it, right? Like, those 3 Super Bowls are worth it.
Right.
And you got to think about, like, what the Rams did. The Rams sold out, and then they didn't get shit. Right. They went to the Super Bowl and then lost to the fucking Patriots. Right, exactly. Yeah, so, like, what do you think? I feel like selling out and just going all the way in and, like, getting a ship, like, that's better than...
Never getting one.
Right. Like, playing it safe and, like, draft and develop and all this shit. Like, I'd rather, like, go all the way in, get a ship, and then be shit for a few years. Right. Because we can't afford anybody.
Especially because I'm going to go so in, I could at least get 2 or 3 years that I should win.
Right. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, if you go all the way in, you got a couple of years. Right. It's not just 1 year.
Right. You get
so, like, not only, like, could you get a ship, like, you might even get a second. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I feel like that's worth it. But I think what Belichick is saying, like, is true, too. Like, I respect what he's saying, and I actually respect the position that he's in, too, because they were asked last year. It's just that nobody wanted to talk about it. However, I don't think Tampa's playing as good as I was expecting them to play either, though. They haven't been, like, lights out the way that I was anticipating.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm intrigued to see if they get better as the season goes on. Well, I mean, adding Antonio Brown is only going to, like, make things weird for other teams, man. Like, what do you do with that? Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, and Chris Godwin? Are you kidding me?
Bro, I kept telling people, like, AB's going to be back on somebody's team, bro.
Bruh, dude, there were reports that came out that Green Bay actually called Antonio Brown to see if he wanted to come to Green Bay.
Oh, my, bro.
That shit, like, makes me really sad. Like, awesome that they called him, but, like, we didn't get him, so, like, who fucking cares?
Right.
You know what I mean? But, Antonio Brown, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly.
Aaron Jones? Holy shit.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
And there's still, like, the trade deadline still hasn't arrived yet. Trade deadline still hasn't. We still got a few days. So, I mean, they're still talking about. They said Green Bay is still extremely interested in Will Fuller too, and like that would also be really fucking awesome.
That would be nice.
Or AJ Green. They've said AJ Green to Green Bay for like 2 months now.
Right.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers said he wanted Julio. Like on the Pat McAfee show, like they have Aaron Rodgers on there every Tuesday. Aaron Rodgers said he wanted Julio, and I was like.
Well, you know what's sick about that?
Dude, give up 2 first rounders. I don't give a fuck, dude. If we get Julio in there with Devontae Adams, give up 2 first rounders. I don't give a fuck.
But see, you have to, bro, because that's Aaron literally. Can you imagine Aaron sitting on the side watching Julio run his routes and do all that? Like, bro, will you run like that for me? Because we will kill everybody.
Everybody.
Give me that dog. I keep telling people, I'm like, I know Larry looks good, D-Hop look good, all these people.
Well, this is the big thing, right? This is the big thing, right?
This is the big thing,
bro. The Saints are making moves. The 49ers are making moves. Like, dude, the Seattle's making moves. Like, all these guys are getting guys, and like the Packers haven't signed anybody. And we almost signed Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel last year. Like they said that they were like. They're at the last stages of making a deal with Robbie Anderson to come play with Devontae Adams. And, like, even Robbie Anderson, he's not, like, a top-tier guy, but, like, he's, like, the leading receiver in Carolina right now.
Right.
Like, he's balling out of his mind. And I was saying that he's been stuck for the Jets, like, as long as he played there. Like, he was stuck there. Like, his talents were being wasted, just like everyone else that plays there.
That is kind of true about the Jets. It is.
Yeah, so, like I actually felt like him playing for the Jets, his value was actually, like, desirable because he wasn't showing what he was like fully capable of because he was in a bad system. So I was really even Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel is also great. He's like more of a slot guy, but he would still be great. And we did sign Devin Funches, but he fucking opted out for COVID. So who fucking cares? And we signed him to a 1-year deal. So like I don't even know if he'll be back next season.
And so it's really weird because now everybody's like Atlanta's gonna trade Matt and
they're talking. Julio. Well, there was like, a lot of rumors coming out about trading Matty Ice and Julio, but then the owner came out and was like, "We're not trading anybody, and we're gonna let the new GM and head coach next season make those choices." Is what they said.
Right.
But I mean, people say shit all the time, and then they trade them like the next fucking day. So I don't know. That could just be like trade tactics, like they're just trying to like play hardball or something. I don't know. But oh man, dude, I'd give up 2 firsts for Julio, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, I will go all in on Julio.
I'd give up 2 firsts.
Bro.
Which is like so much.
It is.
Maybe like a first and a second,
but
maybe.
Julio,
but that's still
though.
But it's Julio.
It's Julio. That's immediate impact.
And like our offensive line is already good. Our running backs are fine. Like our defense could use some help. Like we need linebackers and Quan Alexander went somewhere else too, which sucks because like he could have been a big piece for us too. So we missed out on him, and it's like, what else are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, we need to make a move. Like, we have to sign somebody.
Right.
Like, we have to get better. Everyone else is getting better. Why aren't we getting better? You know what I mean? So.
Oh, bro.
Speaking of the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Dillon, their rookie running back, the dude that I gave a shout-out for a while back for having, like, the biggest quads in the NFL. Like, the new Saquon. He got COVID this past week. So.
That's no good.
Yeah, so I'll be keeping an eye on if Green Bay has any other COVID positives pop up. AJ, what's it called? Aaron Jones has been hurt these last couple of weeks, and I feel like it's really been hurting their offense. Same with Kevin King. He's a corner for Green Bay. He's been out for a while, too, and they've been putting Josh Jackson out there, and he's just not good. It's been a problem, dude. It sucks. I hope they do better, though. Hey, congrats to your Eagles.
Hey, I mean...
Eagles are number 1. We're number 1, too, by the way, because the Bears also lost, too. So
We're the weirdest number 1, though. But, like... Whatever.
Y'all are almost 500 again, though.
I mean, in a weird way, yeah.
But y'all are 3-4-1.
Yeah, I mean, my most exciting moment is me hearing that Dez Bryant is jumping off the practice squad already.
Is he already off?
Already off,
That's
bro.
exciting.
Which is sick because he only just like we just heard about this like.
Well, he signed with the practice squad like last week. Yeah.
So, bro, can you imagine like if they already moved him up, like what he was doing like in those practices, like just burning just people, nuts. Bro. Like,
well, did you see that Hollywood Brown came out and he was talking about like he threw some shade at the Ravens organization because he was like because they lost to the Steelers.
Yeah.
And he was like, bruh, like y'all aren't even using me. Like I'm one of your best receivers and y'all don't throw me the ball. And that made me a tiny bit worried for the Ravens because who's that sound like?
Bro.
Sounds like his cousin, Antonio Brown.
A little bit. This is how I'll put it, though. If they say that, right, if you don't throw them the ball and y'all lose all the time, they can say that if you throw them the ball and y'all win,
yep,
they can always make that argument like, throw me the ball, bro. Like,
it's true, though.
You know? And so I feel like he falls in that category. And
I think so.
Antonio. They're being serious. Like, every time I get the ball, we win. Give me the ball. Let's go. You know, but...
I don't know, just something. It was just something that happened. Yeah. So,
but how do you think he's gonna wreck
Hollywood?
Well, we already know he's
talking about Dez.
Yeah, Dez. You think Dez will come back and be equivalent after the Achilles?
Well, I think exactly what I said last week. Like, I think it's going to take some time for him and Lamar to get some real chemistry.
Right.
I agreed with what Cody said. I think that like he's going to be more of like a possession receiver, at least to start with.
Yeah.
Like a big like red zone, like third down kind of guy. Because he's tall, he's big, right. Just run 5 yard out, catch the ball,
right.
You're good. And then like as the chemistry continues to build, if he shows that like his athleticism is still good, then like we'll be fine. Because another thing I have to consider too, this is what I was saying before, like his conditioning's not all the way back yet. Like he's been staying in shape and he's yoked out of his mind, but like he's not game day ready yet.
He looked beast mode training against with Tyreek Hill.
Right, I know. Yeah. I saw that too. I'm just saying like game reps are just different. What I'm saying is like I think they're probably gonna have him on a snap count.
Yeah,
they'll probably have him on snap count, and he'll probably be like more of a possession guy. But then like if he starts to show that like his endurance is good, he's making catches, his chemistry is improving, he could slowly start to become a more frequent target for them, because their receiving core is pretty like shallow behind like their big guys.
Right.
So him moving up the depth chart pretty quickly doesn't particularly surprise me.
Right.
Because he's also got a lot of veteran experience too. You know what I mean? Like he's got a high football IQ.
Right.
So like that in itself is really desirable in a receiver.
Right.
And he's likely going to be a mentor to the other guys in there too. So maybe him being there too could help with Hollywood too. Like if Hollywood is starting to mouth off a little bit, maybe Dez Bryant can like kind of put a cap on that. And be like, hey man, like shut the fuck up. Like, we're trying to win some games right now. Like don't be like your cousin. Right. But at the same time, be who you can afford to be. Right.
Right.
Like if your name's Hollywood, bro. Like if you're balling out, like I mean, you can mouth off a little bit and like talk some shit. To be honest.
Yep.
Like exactly. Straight up, yeah.
Exactly.
Shout out to Tua. I thought it was already like a big deal, especially after Ryan Fitzpatrick was off like back-to-back wins. They decided to bench him for Tua. And you and me both talked about him last week, and like we were a little unsure about it. Like we knew this was going to happen, right? Like we knew eventually he was going to start.
Right.
But like Miami was playing pretty well. And
they're already doing good.
Right. And they were going up against like a division rival like the next week after like back-to-back wins. Like do you think that's the best time to like bring in a rookie quarterback? And Colin Cowherd even came out this past week with like a realization about Tua, about him being like undersized but also like not versatile like Kyler and Russell.
Right.
Like he said the only guy you could compare him to is Drew Brees. Like Drew Brees is the only other example of like a successful like non like elusive
Scrambler
short quarterback, right? So and he was saying like we got one guy in like NFL history. Like I don't know if I like those odds. You know what I mean? And I was like, I think he's right. Like he made a really good point. And that was after Colin was like hyping up Tua for like 6 months.
Right.
Like he just came to this realization that like Tua's probably not going to do good.
But then Tua did what he. But then
he came out, and he whooped the Bills' ass, man, and
smacked them, bro. What?
Dusted.
Dog. Dusted.
Dusted, bro.
Dusted him. Yeah. Oh my, bro. That's a dust. That was bad.
I agree. He did very well. I was very surprised. I'm very so here's another thing to consider too though. Remember, like with rookie players, especially if you like switch things up like on the game plan and shit, there is no game plan for Tua yet. You know what I mean?
He's not scouted yet.
Right. He's not scouted yet. So
he'll at least get this year.
At least.
And then
at least
it'll probably be a standstill.
And we'll have to see what happens next year.
See if he adapts
I think so.
Or not. Right.
So it's actually my anticipation now that like Tua will probably pop off for the rest of the season. I think they make the playoffs as a wild card.
Yeah.
I think they do. I think they'll make the playoffs now.
And
how far they go in the playoffs? Who knows? But
they could win that wild card game.
I think so.
Like
they could.
So.
And then after that, who knows, right? Like
then it gets crazy for real.
Miami's already won some like crazy games this year. Like they beat the 49ers.
It's tough.
Shit's crazy, dude.
Tough, bro.
So that's something to really look forward to. And and they play the Bengals pretty soon too. So that'll be Joe Burrow versus Tua. And that'll be like that. Like I don't know, if, like a lot of people like you normally wouldn't think like a Bengals Miami game would be something to look forward to, but I think that game is gonna pop the
like
fuck off.
Rookie. It's the quarter. Like you're thinking quarterbacks.
Right.
Is really what I think about. And I'm like, yeah, I want to watch that.
Fuck
and Burrow, no lie, even though they haven't really been winning, he's still been balling though.
He has been doing pretty well. Like he did have that one game where like they could have won. He threw a pick at the end, which was like not cool. But other than that, for the most part, he seems like he's playing pretty well, especially for a rookie.
Bro, they average about 30 points. Not average, but like from what I see, every time I watch a game, 31, 33, 32. Like,
and they won this past week, right? Who they beat?
Yeah. Oh, they smacked. So it wasn't like an embarrassing type of smack. The game seemed a lot closer than what it was, kind of.
Oh, they beat the Chargers.
By
a field goal. Wait, no.
No, the game looks closer than what it was. I think it was.
Oh, the Titans. Yeah, they beat the Titans by 1.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
I mean, that is nuts, bro. Think about it. Joe Burrow.
The Titans are a playoff team.
Right.
They're number 1 in their division right now.
Exactly.
They're hey, remember what I said in the offseason, though? Guess who's tied with the Tennessee Titans right now for the number 1 spot in their division?
Who's that?
Indianapolis Colts. Phillip Rivers, bro.
Bro.
Phillip Rivers, bro. 5-2.
I don't know if I want to get Phillip Rivers.
5-2, Damien.
But Phillip Rivers is the one that's looking super nice, or is it the team?
He's the quarterback. This is what we discussed. This is what I told you. However, T.Y., I believe T.Y. suffered an injury this week.
That's going to be a little tough.
I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, he exited with a growing injury.
Oh, what, yesterday?
Yesterday. They don't have an update on him yet though. It might have just been like tightness or something, who knows.
Yeah, they still smashed the Lions yesterday. Anyway.
Yeah. Actually, you know what though? They've played a really easy schedule so far though. They beat the Lions, the Bengals, the Bears, the Jets, and the Vikings. That's a really weak 5-2. So I'll reserve my judgment. They're up. Hey, this is their upcoming schedule: Ravens, Titans, Packers, Titans.
Right.
Now so we'll see how they do in those 4 games.
Phillip Rivers throw like 3 interceptions a game, and I'll be like, "See, bro, what I tell you."
Yeah. Okay, so I'll hold my judgment, but still 5-2. Still, you still gotta beat the easy teams, right?
I like the record. You gotta take those.
A little bit of respect. A little bit of respect,
bro. We picked our team. We picked the Bucks. It's 7-3 right now, though.
I know the Giants are up, dude. I wanted to pick the Giants just to
I did too,
just
but
to
I was
be
like,
hopeful,
bro,
like to try to get that one game back.
I want my record to look good.
Me too.
At the end, you know.
Me too,
so I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to take that gamble. That one's really stupid. Like,
it is really stupid.
You know,
but watch, they're gonna win. Watch.
I'm looking at it now, like, bro.
Like end of the first, 7-3. What the fuck?
But hey, what's going on, guys?
The Chargers lost by 1 game this past week against like the Browns. I think they lost to somebody that like they weren't supposed to lose to, and for a long time the Chargers have had a reputation of finding creative ways to lose, and like they always find like a new way to just like not fucking win football games. Whether it's like a missed field goal, a late pick, like a blocked field goal returned for like a 2-pointer, some bullshit, just the dumbest shit, bro. And they lost by 1 point this week against
the Broncos.
Yeah, to the Broncos. Yeah, which you called, by the way. You called them the Broncos winning. Mm-hmm. So I was salty as fuck about it. Hey, but props to Drew Lock.
I told you, bro.
Man. I was big on Drew Lock before the preseason, or before the season, whatever.
Right.
But yeah. So props to the Denver just for getting it done. I mean, and because of that, I don't think I'm going to be picking the Chargers maybe for the rest of the year because they just keep finding ways to lose. It depends who they play,
though.
Huh?
It depends on who they play for me, but
maybe I don't know. I mean, what's his name? Air Bear gives me a little bit of hope just because like he's a solid quarterback, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's really kind of diminished my hope in that team, to be honest.
He just needs to throw to Allen all day.
I think so.
And they should be fine.
Yep. Just throw it to Allen, bro.
He can't exploit that. He's a good enough thrower, and Allen is a
good
really
enough
good receiver.
I agree. He's one of the best, in my opinion.
I think he's underrated.
I think so. And he's good.
He is sick.
Yeah, he's extremely good, and he's underrated.
He is sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, he gets some credit, but, like, I don't think he gets enough credit.
Nah, bro. Yeah. He's nasty. I'm like, bro, so. Just throw to him all day. Like,
I
what?
Agree. Like, what are we doing right now?
Right.
I agree. Did you see that Bo Jackson came out and said that he feels like he could average 350 to 400 yards a game in today's NFL?
No, I didn't, but I'm trying to think about that right now. How do you feel about that?
I think it's fucking bullshit.
I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, no, you would not.
Dude, why do all these, like, retired players, why are they all coming out and they're talking shit? Like well, who's the other guy, Paul Pierce?
Bro.
Is he the one that kept coming out and he was saying, like, you know, it'd be like the MVP?
There's only
like,
one running back I think could say that. For at least from what I've watched.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If there is one, like, Bo Jackson could be, like, one of those guys.
I would say Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders is like, another one of those guys.
His mix and move was, like, stupid.
Maybe even Emmitt Smith. Maybe. But I think I like what you're saying. Barry Sanders has got the moves.
I think Barry can, like, I'm not running that way. You thought, like, you're diving at air. Like,
I agree. I think LaDainian Tomlinson, maybe. But even then,
right,
like,
it's gonna be
hard. And even then, like, if you've got that many rushing yards, that's like no passing yards, like, at all. Like,
right?
Is that just the whole game plan? And
like,
you're telling me after you've hit 300, they're just gonna keep playing you, and you're gonna get 350 and 4. Like,
right?
It just seems like a really fucking retarded thing to say, if I'm being honest. And I don't know why all these like former players keep coming out and saying shit.
How sick would it be though if in our time of watching football we saw a player do that, like, and a team use him that way, where they don't throw it, you know they're gonna run it, but you can't stop them. And
that's kind of how some teams used to operate back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. What if we saw that? Like, oh my! I mean,
I literally can't comprehend that.
I feel like they could almost do that almost, not necessarily that close, but almost with Derrick Henry.
They do kind of do that, like, with Derrick Henry.
Was dropping like
the only other guy I can think of that could do that, like if they had a better offensive line, would be like Dalvin Cook.
Right.
I actually think he could be one of those guys. Well, because that's also kind of what they're doing in Minnesota. Like you're not fucking scared of Kirk Cousins,
right?
Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know that they're gonna run it with Dalvin Cook. Like, they've already lined up in the high formation. Like, you already know what's about to happen. And then he runs for like 20 yards, and you're like, okay.
Right. Oh, that's insane.
Did you see that ESPN is offering like billions of dollars to the NFL so that they can retain the rights to Sunday Night Football?
No, but what?
Because right now ESPN, they get like Monday Night Football, and then they get like some other shit, and they don't get the Super Bowl. And apparently the Super Bowl is like the big thing that they want. Like, they want Super Bowls and they want Sunday Night Football. And they're offering like, and this is another thing that I read too that was kind of fucked up. Apparently, like, they're already spending like hundreds of millions. Like, no, they're already spending billions of dollars for their current contract, and they don't get prime time, and they don't get Super Bowls. And NBC right now, they're only spending $950 million, and they get Super Bowls and Sunday Night Football. So Disney's kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like, y'all are fucking us. You know what I mean? Like, this is some bullshit.
Ooh, right.
So I think Disney's like, hey, I'm Disney. I have Disney money. Would you like some?
Right.
So that we can get what we pay for. And what's it called? The contract for NBC expires like this next year, and then like CBS and like Fox and all them, their contracts expire next year, like the following year. So like I think Disney and ESPN might be trying to get like hella rights, bro.
Because where it's only gonna run on our
maybe
stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. I kind of enjoy there being different.
I do
like
too.
broadcasts just because you get like the different. Well, I guess if they were to do that, they would just attain like all the calling crews and stuff. So actually, the guys would probably still remain the same. They just wouldn't be under like PBS or Fox or anything anymore. They would just be under.
I would hope
ESPN.
they do it that way because if they just make it where it's a basis of who they pick,
that would fucking like, suck. Bro. Like they change like all the commentators and shit. But here's the thing too, right? Like Disney's not fucking stupid. Like they know that like the product that's out there already works. Right. So like I think that they just want the revenue and the hosting the money of it. Yeah. And so like I think that's what they're buying. I don't think they're trying to buy like control. Well, I mean I guess kind of right. Like if somebody fucks up, like they do get to pick who goes in. But for like to start, they'd be like, all right, like we're cool with everybody who's here right now, and like we'll just
do what y'all do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. How do you feel about that? I think if they keep all of the people the same, I don't really care.
I don't know. Disney's starting to become a very scary corporation.
Well, they already own ESPN.
Right. I mean, Disney's already been scary, but they're just being more scary. They're like about to be.
I wonder what like those
everything.
I wonder what those board meetings are like, where they're like, "Hey, do you want to just like pay the NFL like $3 billion so that we can get Sunday Night Football?" Like that number. Like I can't comprehend that much money. Like,
right, and they're just saying
and you think about it, like they're just
like
talking
$3,
about it. Like right, like
should we give them $3 or
like we're getting fucked right now, but if we throw a little bit more money their way, then like we can get what we want. Is like, well, let's pay them like $2 or $3 billion. Like, what?
Which is nothing to them. Like,
so Disney, it ain't shit, bro. Oh, dude, this okay. So like, I forgot to bring this up, but like, I'll just talk about it now because like we're kind of out of shit to talk about right now anyways. Yeah, this is gonna be a shorter episode. I'm just letting y'all know right now. But did you see that like there's been rumors going around that Microsoft bought Ubisoft?
No.
The rumor right now that's been popping up is that Microsoft bought Ubisoft like on the hushity hush, and that they're gonna make an official announcement like when the Xbox drops.
Why are they buying everything?
That's what they want.
It's literally about
after they bought Bethesda, after they bought like the Bethesda parent company, they said that they weren't done buying studios yet. Like they said they were going to buy more.
Bro.
And I didn't think Ubisoft would be one of those guys. Like now keep in mind Ubisoft is like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, it's Ghost Recon, it's Splinter Cell, like all these fucking titles, bro. And they even said too, they came out and said that like Elder Scrolls 6 could be an exclusive, and like they don't give a fuck. Like they could. They didn't say they would, but they said they could. They said that like the next Elder Scrolls game could just not come out on PlayStation. And I was like,
bro, that's weak, bro.
It's pretty nutty, bro. Like
oh my god.
Yeah, so like instead of like making their own shit, they're just buying all these studios and they're just gonna let them make their shit and just put it only on Xbox. And I think everything will be like PC supported, obviously, but other than that, like yeah. So just take that with a grain of salt. That's just something to think about. I thought 2K was going to be like the big one to get picked up just because like they got some really big titles. But it sounds like Ubisoft might actually be the company that gets bought by Microsoft next. So,
bro, whatever, man. I'm not excited about that. I'm a PlayStation guy.
I know you're not. And I'm not even saying that like to bring you down. No, it's big news. You know what I mean? Like that's a big deal. Like it'll change like it'll change the landscape of video games. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Like sports world? I mean, it's been kind of a slow week. I didn't get to catch all the games this weekend, so I apologize for not having a whole lot to talk about.
We got the UFC coming up.
What do we got?
November
what? Oh, World's Strongest Man.
World's Strongest Man.
Yeah. We got World's Strongest Man. The official, like the World's Strongest Man championships.
Yep.
November 14th. Is the qualifiers, and then like the 17th are like the championships. So Dame and I are definitely going to catch that. We're going to watch it, and then we're going to talk about it. I don't know about you. I'm rooting for Brian Shaw. That's my guy. I'm really hoping he does it. You like Martins Licis, right?
I do like Licis.
Yeah, well, they're both American dudes, right? That's kind of the idea. Yeah. That dude from Germany though, that did really well at the Arnold, that almost beat the Mountain.
Right. So
I can't say his name. Mateus, like.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of rooting for him too. He's really good.
That will like
the dude that pushed the wheel.
That guy's a monster.
I agree. Yeah, and he's in Worlds this year, so like I think he's got a real shot.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah,
bro, this is gonna be sick.
It's gonna be sick, dude. Like,
but I mean, Brian should come out.
He's gonna come out firing, man.
He has to come out and do something. Bro.
Brian Shaw just did an 1,100 pound deadlift today, like at his gym. I watched him do it on YouTube. And he's just practicing.
This is the thing though. When he's doing that at home, like I hope it's like the same because I know in the competitions, like when
he's doing it to regulation, like to what they're gonna do at Worlds.
Right, but I'm like he goes through like 3 or 4 events first, then does that event last? Like, is he training like that as well, or is he just hitting it?
Well, yes and no. So there's still like not all the details have been released in regards to Strongman. So they're kind of playing it by ear too. Like as rumors and like information start to leak out, like all of the other guys kind of got to go by that too.
Yeah, that's high. That's high though for a deadlift.
1,100, man.
That's like Thor stuff.
And
I haven't seen nobody really even go higher than like maybe 9, really. Like when I watched the...
Yeah. No, that's some big boy numbers. Like Eddie Hall, 11, like The Mountain, and fucking like Brian Shaw.
Yeah, bro.
I'm really excited. I think Brian Shaw might struggle with the super yoke just because like his cardio is not great because he's like such a big dude. But who knows? He's been training. Dude, Brian Shaw, like he looked kind of fat before. Dude, he looks fucking jacked now. Like he's huge. He's so big. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you we missed out on the sweepstakes. We missed it. I'm disappointed, but oh well. It happens.
That would have been sick, though.
It would have been sick.
But you did get the Green Bay game out of it. Like
I did get the Green Bay game out of
it.
So did something cool this year, which is, I guess that's actually kind of a big thing to say, right? Because COVID's kind of put an end to everything. So. Right.
And you got to say you did that in the middle of it.
Yeah. I think I have the coolest like first NFL game story of all time. So
exactly.
Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, well, I think that wraps things up. We're going to cut this episode a little short this week. That's about all we have to talk about. Wanted to at least hit the hour for you guys so y'all can still enjoy what we got going on.
Exactly.
We appreciate you guys for fucking with us. Like I said, we passed 1,100. We're on our way to 12. Make sure to check out our YouTube. Please subscribe to it. Don't just watch. Please subscribe. Just so. Here's the thing, man. You don't even have to watch. If I'm being honest, like, so just subscribe to us. I want to see that number go up. I want to get to our first 100. Like, that would mean so much to us. Like, that's our current goal right now. Like, we got some other shit going on, but like, we want to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So, like. Whoever like I said, there will be videos soon. So, like, there will actually be something to watch on YouTube whenever you check us out. But all of our audio is still there, along with, like, the individual clips and segments that I edit out just, to make your lives a little bit easier so you don't have to listen to a full hour to 90 minutes of us. So, feel free to check that out. We appreciate the fuck out of you guys. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And check us out on Friday so we can send you into a baller weekend.
Yeah. Have a good one. Be easy.